Hi there, I'm Katie T from Katie T's Home, and I'm so happy you're here. Today, I'm gonna walk you through how I took 6 lemons and made 7 different food items with it. So, without further ado, let's jump in. So before I get started, I do want to offer a freebie. Later in this video, I will be making a vinegar cleaning solution, and I have created this cute label to put on a amber colored bottle. So if you're interested, the link will be in the description, and just follow the blog and follow the directions till you get to the cleaning section of that post. So for the first use of a lemon is to use it as is. Like, juice the lemon, and you can use that in so many different baking and cooking recipes. I use this for my lemon blueberry muffins, and they came out so good. I'm so happy with how they tasted. My husband actually brought some to his work, and all the guys really liked them too, so that made me feel pretty good about my baking capabilities. But yeah, you can use lemon juice in so many different recipes, and with cooking, it's great because the acid in the lemon or in vinegar acts as a tenderizer. So if you have meat that you want to tenderize, making a marinade with lemon juice will help do that because it breaks down the protein fibers in the meat. You can also make different salad dressings or vinaigrettes. I make a lot of homemade mayo, and you can put lemon juice in that as well. One thing to consider if you're trying to get into water bath canning is that even though a lot of recipes require lemon juice, you really should stick with the bottle that you buy at the store. And the reason for that is because to can using a water bath safely requires a specific pH. And to change the pH, a lot of times lemon juice is added to a recipe. And with the bottled lemon juice that you get at the store, it has a specific standardized pH level. So you really don't want to run the risk of using your own lemons in the event that the pH isn't where it needs to be able to process the food safely. So next up on our list, the second food or item, whatever you want to call it, that you can make with lemons is simple syrup. Now, you don't need to cut the lemons in these small little squares and like I'm doing, but you will want to once you find out what I am doing with the lemon peels to make the simple syrup. So getting back to the simple syrup, this is great for cocktails or even making lemonade down the road. You can always freeze it. Personally, I like to put it in different drinks with vodka, but that's just me. I mean, whatever floats your boat. But it's super easy to make. All you really need to do is take I would say 2 to 3 lemon peels. You can even do whole lemons. I really don't think there's a wrong way to do this. And then just put it in some water, do 1 part water, 1 part sugar. I've even seen recipes where it's 1 part water, a half, of the sugar. Either way, I really don't think you can mess it up. But all you need to do is bring the mixture to a boil and then let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Or you could even just let it simmer for 3 and then let it steep for about a half hour. Either way, I'm sure, they'll both come out great. So next up on the list, and the reason why I cut the lemon peels in these small little squares is because I'm going to be making candy out of them. And I'm not gonna lie, these are really good. They are so unhealthy. Like, there's really nothing healthy about them, but I do justify eating them because there's gotta be vitamins in the lemon peel. I mean, come on. But regardless, if you're looking for something sweet or have a sweet tooth, these are the perfect addition to your kitchen and zero waste lifestyle. So after you're done making the simple syrup, you really should let them dry a little bit longer than what I did. Maybe even put them out on a like drying rack. Now that I have since done this a couple times since I filmed this, but I did not let mine dry long enough, so I had to redo the process, which is fine. It's a learning curve, but yes, let them dry on a drying rack. You might even need to use a paper napkin to really pat them dry. And then once you feel like it's good to go, then you can just throw them in a bowl of sugar and toss them with a fork, and the sugar will kind of stick to the lemon peels and coat them very nicely with a sugary outside. If you're wondering what they taste like, they kind of taste like gummies. I'm not gonna lie, like, they're super good. Super bad for you, but super good. So next up on the zero waste kitchen lemon uses is to make lemonade. And I love lemonade. I've been in a lemonade kick, especially strawberry lemonade. But I find the simplest way to make it is to actually put it in the blender and then strain it out later. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of wing it every time. If you couldn't tell by my personality style that I just kind of throw things together. But you really can't go wrong. You just gotta taste as you go and you'll be fine. I peeled a couple lemons just through the whole thing with some water. I think it's about 8 cups with strawberries. And then after I completed blending it, I took a bowl and a smaller strainer that fits in the bowl with a cheesecloth over it and just poured it through that, and then actually strains out the cheesecloth once I finish pouring everything into it. Super easy. I ended up saving the pulp from this lemonade for one of the other uses later on in this video, so be sure to check out what I do with that at the end. But super good, and I gotta say, there's just something about homemade lemonade, especially the strawberries in it. It's just so frothy at the top, and it just tastes so fresh. But you'll most likely need to add a sweetener, whether it be honey or sugar. I've done both. They're both very good. But next up on the list for a zero waste kitchen for sustainable living, using every part of the lemon as much as possible, is to zest the lemon. Now, this was perfect for the blueberry muffins that I mentioned earlier. It went right on top, and it really gave that vibrant taste, if that's even a description for food, but it just tasted so good. And I mean, you can use zest in so many different dishes. It really just adds that little extra bit that you need to really get all the flavors to come together. So pretty simple and straightforward. I've also used zest in soap, and I know that is a little less, I I don't know, how do you put it? Like the zest, because it has no moisture in it, it could potentially spoil the soap. And we just had very hot and humid days, and I was amazed at how many of my food items that typically would have lasted longer did not because of the humidity. And so I can see the concept behind the soap, although I didn't seem to have a problem with it. I can see how it could lead to spoilage. So what I want to do is actually test it out and see if I can dehydrate some of the zest and put that into the soap that way. I'm kind of new to soap making, so if any of you have some recommendations, I would love to hear it. I did just make a liquid soap for my bathroom vanity tray. I'll put the link below for that if you want to see it. But I'm all about making things simple, so if you do make a comment, nothing complex. I'm not there yet in my soap making journey. But I will test it out and I will post my findings to see, what the results are. So next up on the list for a zero waste kitchen using lemons for sustainable living is to make a cleaner with them. And I know earlier I said food. This is obviously not a food, so that's my bad. But you can use it to clean the area that you make food in. So, I mean, I guess that, might count a little bit. But it's super simple to make. It's just the lemon peels. You can do it with oranges as well. Is to make a vinegar solution. And that's what my label, the freebie that I mentioned earlier, is for. You can put it on a jar like the one that I have. But I will say this, don't do what I did. I don't know what I was thinking. I put the lemon peels directly in the bottle to let them sit for a couple weeks. So the vinegar solution, which is just half vinegar, half water, can really sit. And I just wasn't thinking, and I put the lemon peels in the bottle, but you have to strain it. And let's just say it was kind of a pain to strain. I'm not gonna lie. But I did manage to clean it out and transfer it to the other bottle that I had at the beginning of the video. Yeah, don't do that. It was definitely not smart of me. But besides the point, learning curve, right? But super simple to make, great cleaner. Don't forget to get your freebie. Okay, so for the last zero waste kitchen tip for sustainable living is to dry different parts of the lemon for later use. And so, like I mentioned earlier, I saved the pulp from the strawberry lemonade, and my thought process was I would dry it in my Ninja on the dehydrator setting. I'll put a link below for the Air Fry Ninja if you're interested, and then see if I can blend it up and make a powdery mist with it and use it for different things. So I did that exact process and I mixed it with water, and in hindsight, I didn't realize that I was basically putting all this work in to make pulp water. So needless to say, it was not good at all, but I'm not giving up on the powder yet. I'm thinking maybe I can put it on ice cream, like a vanilla ice cream, so it'll have a strawberry lemon flavor, but I don't know. What are your thoughts? Should I test it out or should I just give up? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. But you can dehydrate the lemon peel and use that later on for tea. Lately, I've been getting into making a tea with the dried lemon peels, and it kind of has like a latte twist. All it is just the lemon peels, dried lemon peels, lavender buds, and some burdock root, which is supposed to have many health benefits to it. So you let that steep, and then once that's done steeping, then you can add some honey and some vanilla extract and top it off with milk. And then you can use like a hand immerse blender and blend it to get the milk all frothy. And then voila, you have like this latte like tea, and it tastes so good. Highly recommend it. Let me know if you try it. Drop it in the comments. But yeah, I mean, there's the 7 food minus 1 item that you can use or make with lemons. And I hope I have shared a new idea or a new way that you have never thought of using lemons before. Please, please, please put your thoughts in the comment below. Hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to build my brand and my website, and I would be so grateful if you showed support. But I mean, that's a wrap. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.